Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Ashes of the Singularity Escalation. We are doing a free-for-all today. Now, the reason why we were originally planning on doing this was because the tournament had a tiebreaker, but then one of the players went to bed. I don't know, because he's in Queensland, so that would have been late for him, so I can't blame him for staying up. And so we just wanted to do a free-for-all now. So we haven't casted a free-for-all before. In fact, we rarely even cast 2v2s, so we mainly just cast 1v1s. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. It's a pretty large map as well. It's a 6-player free-for-all map with only 3 players, so plenty of room for late battles, late game units, all that good stuff.
Yeah, all the jazz that comes with it. Our players for today, as our green PHC, it's Chronopolize.
The blue Substrate, Shimbalama.
Finally, the red PHC, BradleyATG.
So, Chronopolize took out Neotep, the only player who did so today. So he's doing pretty well for himself. Bradley had a pretty embarrassing loss to Creature. 5 Punishers snuck through and took out his Nexus while he was eating a kebab. We can only assume. We don't have confirmation he was eating a kebab while he didn't respond with any of his nearby air fighters to the 5 Punishers in his Nexus, but it seems the most likely consequence.
Makes the most sense to us, at least. I dig major assembly production.
Oh, you know what, dude?
This is a 6-player map.
My favorite thing about Ashes is that as an observer you can chat, which you shouldn't be able to do. Hey, by the way, Bradley, were you eating a kebab while Creature was sniping your next? Okay.
The people need to know.
I want to find out what type of kebab it was as well. Was it a chicken kebab? Was it doner?
Yeah.
Did he have what kind of sauce was on it?
Well, I mean, do you think like the acceptableness of the situation is determined by the type of kebab? So you just want more background information. So you know, if he was having a kebab with like the lot, like double meat and the lot, like with egg and cheese and stuff, like that's understandable. Those things are hard to handle.
Dude, we gotta stop because I'm getting really keen for a kebab, and it's been a while since I've had a kebab.
And it's too late for us to get kebabs as well.
Yeah, it's like what, 11 p.m. now?
Yeah, it's 11 p.m. That's the worst thing. If we could just go order a kebab right now, it'd be fine. But the fact that we can't, it hurts me here.
Yeah. Well, looking at the capping, we certainly see Shimbalama's going ham here. He's got the most territory.
Yeah, he's probably playing this the best, the early assemblies. You certainly have to change up your strategy, even map dependent in things like 1v1, but in particular, like we're playing a free-for-all on a 6-player map. Major changes in strategy are required.
Yeah, double assembly, that's why he's got such good map control. Though double factory it would seem as well for Chrono, but perhaps a little bit later. Rushing out Hades is both of the PHC players, so we seem to see a lot of Hades today. I mean, they got a little bit buff, but you know, I don't know how influential that is. Disregard kebab, acquire medal. Yeah,
but it could just be one of those like inadvertent things, like you change a unit, and just because it got changed, it gets playtime. Like, does that make sense? So like people see the changes and then they try the unit out. I mean, I think that applies to any game. Like you make changes to anything, even if it's not popular or the changes won't necessarily have a direct impact, and they just get more playtime because people are interested in testing them out.
Kebab confirmed is the new resource. Yeah, I'm glad you've signed an NDA because now I can talk to you about how the implementation of this kebab resource. But also, congrats Mudpig on your games today. I heard you almost took out Neotep, which is always impressive. He's a very, very top player. Okay, so it seems that these regions are the most important. You've got double triple metal and double radioactives in a small area. So I haven't played this map before, actually, so that seems to be my impression. I mean, the middle is going to be obviously important too. It's the only Tyrannium generator, though it is with a pretty big Tyrannium cap. But the fact that there's actually a lot of resources here. Triple radioactives, there's 5 metal in a pretty small area.
Yeah, I'm digging it. Should be cool.
Introducing the new expansion, Tyrannium Takeout. Oh man.
Yeah.
The good thing about live streaming this is we get all the supportive, constructive feedback here from the viewers.
We really do want to know how well the kebab resource is gonna play into Ashes of the Singularity. So any suggestions are appreciated.
Okay, we have some Hades bombers, though there is a drone hive. The Hades should probably avoid this. Though maybe sniping the assembly. The assembly got a little bit of a health buff, 2.71. But yeah, double drone hives here. Should just fly away from this one. Not worth. There's a lot of drone hives.
Yeah, which is a fairly standard unit, fairly standard first cruiser for the substrate to actually build. So it would make sense. But
yeah, so if you didn't lose those Hades from the drone hives,
you could one pass.
Yeah, I mean it's not quite so guaranteed because of the way that they path. They don't always drop their payload, and depending on what angle as well. So like that's going to be a good one because it'll actually get multiple extractors there.
Yeah, obviously the more Hades you have, the more consistent the runs are going to be. Makes it a bit easier. So yeah, a lot of our players are going for defenses under
oh no,
under creep fire though. I mean, it's going to be fine. It's going to be right.
It's a blossom though, so that won't take out the creeps when it's finished.
No, it won't. That's true. So, yeah.
Unless they start flying really high, then it will.
Yeah.
No. Well, anyway, it looks like Chronopolize is doesn't quite have as much map control.
No. See, issues like this, see this frigate army, because it's not, like, there should be one frigate there. There should be a brute there capping it, and the rest of the army should be capping the rest of the should be capping.
Oh yeah,
all
it's
points.
not very efficient capping.
Yeah, it's not efficient capping. Once you've cleared the creeps, you only need to leave one frigate there to finish the capture. The rest of them should always be pushing. You should always be moving frigates. I think that I found that as the biggest thing. I've played, because Callum's just thrown me into them, I've played quite a few like 1v1s on massive maps and stuff like that. And one of the major things is just being very, very active with my armies and making sure my economy's good and stuff like that. But just being active with the armies is so important. Getting quick captures so you can just increase the economy.
Creeps will spawn, but a brute can 1v1 a creep as it spawns easily. Creeps don't get stronger over time. There's just more of them.
And a drone hives no more.
There's actually a lot of drone hives here. There's at least 10 on screen, so... Well, hopefully we have anti-drone being mixed in, or just a lot of Athenas. Looks like we'll see a bit of a battle emerging soon between Shimbalama and Bradley.
And Bradley takes the moral victory as well. It's not moral victory, the swag points, we'll call it, for reaching the middle of this map first.
Oh yeah.
1v1, so yeah.
Yeah, first person to get the Trinium just...
I had the most efficient capping.
We should set the Trinium limit to about 5. As soon as you get it, it's just the game's over.
This is shaping up to be... This is pretty much like King of the Hill. Like, that's pretty much what we're playing now. Like, we're pretty much playing King of the Hill.
Look,
like, yeah.
I don't want to ruin it there, but it's actually low ground. So it's King of the Crevice? King of the Ditch? It just doesn't have the same ring to it, does it?
No, it doesn't. King of the Valley?
I kind of like that, though, because it's going to be really hard to hold this.
Yeah, it will, yeah.
Because the defenses here won't be able to fire on the high ground unless there's radar or something. So it's a way to make it a little bit more intense.
King in the hole, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, that was a simpler one.
Yeah.
Well, Chronopolize isn't far off from getting the middle himself, but we still see his resources trailing behind. Man, this is just cool zooming out and just seeing the fact that there's 3 factions all pretty much within range of each other.
There's so many drone hives. What is going on? Ugh, holy compositions. They're taking out creeps. I don't know what else. So you have to worry about like 2 flanks for players, and you have to worry about the tritium generator in the middle. There's a lot going on.
So we haven't even seen any combat yet, and we can already see the skill differentiators at play in terms of the capping, the economy management. The middle has now been taken by Bradley. I think the drones are actually firing from that high ground. So he's actually helping out Bradley unintentionally.
Yeah, I think like big Quanta investment is going to be the way to go. This game should drag out. I see our players doing a lot of like fighting over Terrenium and maybe like key locations along the edge of the map, but mainly fighting over this central point.
Artillery post here. That being said, look at Chrono. He's been advancing at the bottom, but there's actually units here now for Bradley. So this expansion has been thwarted, and looks like there is a lack of consolidation. Doesn't really have any defenses. Only a single Smarty. Only now building a factory, so it's a little too far. This metal region should have been more defenses here, so we can actually hold it. King of the cul-de-sac. Okay, now a lot of maulers behind this, so not just the drones. This is a bad spot for the Dread launch, because it'll get taken out by artillery cruisers over the mountains.
Should be in a much more defensible location, or just further back. It doesn't even have to be defensible, it just has to be further back. Think about the pathing time for the Dreadnought to get forward, it's really not that long on this map.
Yeah, though even these artillery posts could get taken out over the ridge, over the mountain, but I guess there's so many of them that the Destructors will probably just get focused down if they try to fight them.
Already have a drone height falling. Getting a little bit too far forward, and there's these units in range as well, even the Hades here. So.
Now that is a lot of Hades.
Yeah, this could go for the drone hives.
Yeah, it needs to spread these drone hives out. Because they will take this Hades pretty quickly out if they don't go for a decisive push.
It's like even the missed shots are going to land. Yeah, they're actually going to go for the defenses and the constructor first.
Yeah, Hades just scales so well. Okay, strat bombers as well. There's a lot of air units. Strat bombers do one-shot the drone hives.
This is a huge play from Bradley. He's just going to be passing on all these cruisers and stuff, and he's softening them up for the strat bombers as well. You think about that, because the strat bombers will guaranteed destroy all of these cruisers. They pass?
Yeah, they didn't drop the bomb.
Drop the bomb.
Press the button.
Press
there
the
it is.
button. Alright, good, nice. That's cool. But the counter from Shimbalama. Shimbalama says, no. I'm not happy with this, and we'll actually retake the training point in the middle.
There's a lot of Dominators here, so the bombers have to stay clear of that. Not a lot of anti-air, actually, so Bradley has to be careful with where he positions his bombers. The Falcon doing some great damage to the Dominators, so they have to pull back.
I'm kind of surprised the Dominators haven't gone for Bradley's bombers yet. It's all Hades and Strat Bomber.
It's completely undefended. You should definitely swoop into that. Punisher's trying to take out the arty posts, but there's already a Falcon there in position. Meanwhile, Chrono is just having a good time, man.
Hello.
His income is completely soared.
I am Chrono. I just cap points.
Do not fight me. I am very nice. Yeah, he's doing well. Here come the Dominators. Look at that.
That's good. Yeah,
so
just demolishing the Hades and the Strat Bombers. It's just not surprising at all.
Takes out Strat Bomber eventually, despite how tough it is. And now, look, a lot of factories being placed here. A fair bit of defenses there as well. So Bradley maybe picking two fights, or picking one fight, but while his base is getting pushed.
Yeah, the question's always going to be like who gets 2v1'd. Like it's just there's a tendency for that to happen. All right, is Chronopolize pushing on the left? Is there anything coming at Shimbalama really?
No, this seems to be a bit of a bro code. No rush 20 it would seem on the Chrono Shimbalama front.
Just Bradley getting rickety wrecked. Yeah, he's the. You're kind of drawing the aggro because he's the man with the Trinium point, so. Players are obligated to go for you, I think, at that point.
Chrono is actually taking the lead as far as resources are concerned. 82 metal income, not by much. The income's all pretty similar, which does show you there are, there's similar skill levels across all three players. And now Chrono is making a push for the center.
Okay.
He will need to have anti-air of his own, however, given the strat bombers in the air.
Good to see he's getting into the fray, but does he know the fray that he's getting into?
Yeah.
How much is here?
So...
Will I annoy my fellow free-for-allers?
Oh, no, you don't go to the Punisher. That's too deep. Yeah, he has to pull back from that. Hyperion is being built. At least that's been neutralized, the Tyrannium. Perhaps doesn't want to overcommit to the capture. Yeah, just pulls back, knowing
he
how
doesn't
much...
really need to. I mean, just pull back. It seems like he's focusing on economy. That's the best economy.
Having it, though, would give him that resource bonus, so that would really help. But now, we see Bradley's income's fallen off drastically, in part due to losing that Tyrannium generator.
Chronopolize actually did capture. Just left one cruiser behind just to get a few ticks in his favour. I dig that.
Oh, yeah, nice. So now he has that. His income, 90 metal per second.
It doesn't have to hold it. I mean, just having the point for a while is nice economically. Because think about it, even if you hold it for say a minute, that's like lots of defenses that you can go for or something, which is how we see Chronopolize spending that additional income. It's like, okay, I'm floating, but that's fine. I'll spend it on defenses while I have the Tyrannium point, and then they're always there. You don't have to keep their production up.
This is really weird, though, that he's building an orbital command there.
Oh yeah, this is not repair bay.
It
doesn't.
I sort of have a feeling that that was a jammer and he clicked the wrong one, or at least
that would make sense.
That would make sense because there's no reason to build it that far forward. It's a very expensive building. You want to have that somewhere safe in your base.
It's quite weak, like 5k health.
Yeah. Because then, especially if when you build it somewhere and then you lose it and you kind of forget you've lost it and you think you're going to be able to call it in, but then you can't, and you're like, uh-oh. So this defensive line's getting pretty good here. We see Sentinels being built. Those are very tough to push through. And looks like the bro code has expired on the left flank. Shimbalama has a decent army there.
He is hungry for more economy.
Bradley's retaken the middle, so...
Yeah, and the Dreadnought's almost done as well. Dread Launch is about to launch. And,
oh, well, that looks nice.
That's what we'll see coming up. That's a good shot.
Quanta income seems to be ramping up for Shimbalama.
Oh, that's the most efficient way to increase Quanta income, but like, yeah, I guess that works.
Well, it's the easiest way.
Yeah, it is the easiest way.
And a lot of times the easiest way is the most efficient way. Because
that's true, yeah.
That's how I do it.
Yeah.
Just you don't want to individually place 10 different archives with 10 different engineers. Well, Hyperion for both Chrono and about to be for Bradley. So the Hyperion can take shots from the arty posts and the strap bomber a lot more effectively than the cruisers can, though he isn't invincible, and even the Marauders are swooping in, but Fury's going to be fighting them as well. The frigate army's being pulled. Hyperion's taken a fair bit of damage here, and more cruisers are on the way.
I don't think Bradley's Hyperion's going to get here in time to get the XP, which is unfortunate, but this is a huge fight.
Those bombers did so much damage. Prometheus behind is already completed. Hyperion's getting pretty low, but he's level 3, so he may want to pull this one back, keep it alive, heal it up, and have that leveled up Dreadnought.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, it looks like Chronopolize is pulling it back. Having leveled Dreadnoughts is great, and even though all these strap bombers are getting taken out, that Fury pull is fantastic, and I think BradleyATG is overcommitted to the middle, thinking, free Dreadnought. You said we're very wrong and should have waited for your own Dreadnought to finish. Hyperion came out, would have been a different story. That engagement could have gone a lot better for Bradley, but ended up losing a lot. Yeah,
Bradley's looking like the weakest link now. He's lost a lot of his units. He is certainly behind in Quanta income, where both players have a pretty good Quanta income. And he's got a lot of arty, though. That'll help, but arty isn't going to work versus Dreadnoughts. So that's the problem. If you overcommit to arty and your opponent just goes Dreadnoughts, then that's pretty obsolete. But look at this. Shimbalama's pushing through. Chronopolize doesn't have really any defenses, just a handful of cruisers and some anti-air defense, which won't help him.
No, it's not so great. Nullifications there. Constables don't help here. I mean, a really nasty engagement. Hopefully we see Chronopolize pull some more units in this direction. Definitely needs to send his next Dreadnought over to this side to help hold that position.
Sending the Prometheus, it seems, while the Hyperion holds the line. Man, Shimbalama's going all out here, pushing even the center of the map.
Yeah, dodges straight away from the Trinium and actually goes for Chronopolize, starting to put the pressure on. So overall, this has been a fairly fair game.
Fairly fair?
Fairly fair. Our players, there are no There have been no forged alliances.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah, but the conflict has been escalating. See, the orbital commands is almost... It's about half health, so... Yeah, you may want to build another one in a better position. That army was cleaned up. It was a pretty small army. Should have waited until his Prometheus had arrived.
Is that a Hera coming out? That's actually going to help if it finishes.
Yeah.
Double Hera. Yeah.
They can poke with a good range.
Yeah. Those are actually really important units to finish off.
This is a good situation where you would use a rush build. It's a very cheap orbital, and in this situation, he has so much quanta.
Yeah.
But getting one of these out would make a huge difference. He can snipe with the Destructor. He may even lose one of those armories.
Pretty sure it gets a Hera at the time. If the cruiser army starts pushing forward, so players have now gone down onto that board Hyperion. It's looking a bit better, and Prometheus gets rotated over as well. At the same time, double Hera comes out, so this should be a very nice engagement for Chronopolize and a decent army as well. This is a good composition.
Yeah, he'll get level 4 off this. So great fight for the Dreadnought. And he may be able to push through. Not much defenses here behind this. Needs to rally some more units. We see a Dreadnought being built. Retributor's already finished. It's several cruisers there for support, but they're going to the center of the map. You may have to pull them back to defend his left flank. You poked the bear, and now the bear's sending a Dreadnought towards you. Don't poke bears if they have Dreadnoughts.
Yeah. That's the General Chairman can give you a guarantee that it won't go well. The orbital command's super low. It's big stuff. And Chronopolize is also floating a Dreadnought worth of income. There we go. There's the fix. Good stuff.
Not the orbital command.
Not the orbital command that never ever got used. Oh, it's getting healed.
I think there's a repair bay. What's a repair bay?
Must be a repair bay.
No, it's the Hyperion.
Hyperion drones.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Hero Hyperion. Wow, it's actually going to save it, I'm pretty sure. It's healing through the damage. Nice, that's cool.
Okay, look at this. We've got a lot of rampages, but how much damage can they do? Looks like the Furies should clean them up. Falcon there as well. So that was unsuccessful.
Nice Fury flock.
That didn't do anything.
Yeah, nothing at all. Hera's going to keep pushing forwards. Hopefully the Dreadnought AI pushes through. I think that definitely Chronopolize is in the best position because like having vetted Dreadnoughts puts you in an awesome spot. It gives you such a huge advantage over your opponent's Dreadnoughts.
Okay, Bradley's still behind in Quanta. Shimbalama has 6. Chrono has 3. So Shimbalama has Quanta, and that matters. Chrono still has the better income currently. Or rather, Shimbalama's taken over in that department too. However, in regards to having a Dreadnought and cruisers rallying towards your base, Shimbalama is not looking too good.
This entire side gets cleaned up. That's a lot of economy gone, and even some production for Shimbalama.
Okay, he's pulling back both of his Dreadnoughts back. Man, this is actually a really brutal map as far as positioning because
this
the mountain. Yeah, you have to
which
really.
Which makes sense if it's 3v3, but doesn't which is it's
2v2v2. You mean?
2v, oh yeah, or 2v.
Yeah, that's what the map's.
The map's designed for 2v2v2. So yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, 2v2v2. Those particular cliffs make more sense, but they're a bit different here.
Yeah. So a lot of arty posts we see. That's Bradley's strat. The man with a plan is to just spam arty posts. And that can work, but I still feel like Dreadnoughts can take those out. What I do love though, I love how Bradley's going for a Kronos. I feel like the Kronos is very underrated. It's certainly the most niche Dreadnought. It's not a Dreadnought you want to use often. Most of the time you want to oh wow, that's the nuke.
And a lot of the times in 1v1s it's not great. Okay, we'll get the split. Yeah, there's a split. Nice, it's running. Okay.
Yeah.
The Dreadnought, like, it doesn't matter if the Dreadnought gets out or not. It's getting all these cruisers out. I think 3 of them will. Oh no, wow, none of them.
A little bit late there.
Really late. You have to be instant. If the response is instant, then you're fine in those situations. But if you're late, then
uses the nanite as well.
So,
But Dreadnought survived, so he just pulls it back now. Has another Hyperion being rallied. Yeah, the Kronos is going to be really good here. BradleyATG, sneaky. I have, despite being the furthest behind,
These arty posts are so annoying. Jeez.
How do you think Chrono feels?
Jeez. I would feel real bad. I'm just glad it's not me, honestly. If I was Chrono, I'd just be going for strap bombers to take these things out, or even just walking a dreadnought over and just sniping them all.
I like this one.
Yes.
But he may have a bit of trouble with that.
Man, I might even trade it for that many arty posts, honestly. Like, it's so infuriating having your production just harassed.
Yeah, that's the problem with having the production that far forward, is that it is within range where normally it isn't. Could even take out these engineers. So the Kronos, once that Kronos finishes, he can just destroy all these.
Yeah, that's true.
So these are perhaps a little too far forward.
Oh.
He's firing through it? Oh my god, that looks so silly. But it is effective.
Heroes have terrain ignore, so...
Yeah, didn't you read the lore? It's the hero has the quantum phasing weapon that can phase through mountains.
Yeah.
Most players don't know that, but either way, heroes, you get cleaned up there. Technically anything could fire through walls, it's just nothing generally has enough range to do so.
Yeah.
Okay, strap bombers are going in.
There isn't much anti-air here.
Yeah. Well, the Hyperion has a little bit. There's a constable there. Either way, it looks like there's more action.
Dude, and the orbital command. Don't forget about the orbital command.
It's still alive, yeah.
I remember Bradley's looking at that going, what? Why is there an orbital
Maybe it's
command?
a fake.
Yeah.
It's a fake orbital command.
Mm.
Okay, on the left side, whoa, big battle it seems here. The Overmind and the Retributor clashing versus the Hyperion and the Prometheus, which have emerged victorious here. Overmind now running for his dear life.
There's that veterancy. It's gonna pan out very nice to Shimbalama after pulling the dreadnoughts. Maybe not the best idea. I should have pulled back to some defenses, which we don't see even the constructor
no,
going
didn't
down.
get the pulverizer finished.
It's really unfortunate.
Then the Overmind's pretty good at when units are chasing him because the drones are able to fire while it's moving. It looks like he may have just escaped the attack range. This is where using the regenerate. Oh no, the Hyperion gets within range. He's about to climb the high ground. It's going to be a close one. Looks like he gets out. Yeah, the vision. That's where the vision's been locked, I'm pretty sure. So, I mean, there's a lot of Apollos, so these drones won't get too successful. I think what happened there, shame we missed that a little bit, is just the fact that these dreadnoughts were leveled up, whereas the Substrate dreadnoughts were not. So especially with the Prometheus, he gets the overcharge, gets the draining beam. It's very, very good scaling. Meanwhile, more battles in the middle. The hero of the people, Hyperion, though the command, all the command's been taken out. The Kronos also shelling on the dreadnought of Shimbalama, so there's a triangle of dreadnoughts.
Yeah, and do we have the Kronos completed now for Chronopolize? Taking out those RT posts on the side, so yeah, that's also happening.
And we see a dreadnought being built, the Juggernaut rather, the Agamemnon. I'm actually surprised he didn't go for the Leonidas. That being said, this could just be Shimbalama losing. He is with another Overmind. The Distributor here as well, but...
Do you really want another Overmind, or...?
Yeah, because again, there's all these Apollos.
Right, yeah,
so
that's a good point, yeah.
Savages is what he wants, for sure. And there's Nullifier there, and just there's, almost double level 5. It's pretty brutal. A lot of Eradicators here, as are the drone hives, but there's so much bombers in the air, there's a lot of units.
Kronos is maybe a little bit too far forward, but it might not matter if the air gets enough work done.
Yeah, I don't think it'll matter. So many Athenas mixed in too.
Yeah, even the healing coming down onto the Kronos. This is a very dangerous army from Bradley. I wanted my Terrenium point. You should not have contested me.
Shimbalama needed to defend his base. I mean, I guess there's 3 dreadnoughts here. I mean, what would be... Maybe just mass frigates is what he should do.
There's no nullification there.
Oh, is there a mobile one? Oh no, he sniped it.
No, he sniped it.
He picked it off with the air rampager. That's going to be great. Yeah, if your opponent snipes your jammer, you may want to throw down one of the temporary Now he's going to move in with his dreadnoughts to finish
Yeah,
it off
really good
after a
timing.
successful
It
detonation.
has the nano assassination available as well, so I'm probably going to see that.
So he really should keep that wounded Overmind back, and the Apollos are all gone. So now the drones are unopposed in this case. They're doing a lot of damage here. I think the Overmind's out of sight, the wounded one that is. Yeah, there's the assassination.
Yeah,
it's
nice.
the Prometheus. Should be okay here.
Yeah, this is a very well played engagement by Shimbalama.
Drone hive's thrown down as well.
Swarm. Yeah, they're just gonna get cleaned up, which means a bit of veterancy, I suppose.
The problem is though is that he wasn't focus firing one of them.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that the nano assassination was on the.
Yeah, exactly. If he
The full
nanoed
health
the
one.
Hyperion, then that would have died. He would have given experience to the Savage. Used the draining beam, gets a little bit of health back. Oh my god, he may pay for this. And this
Micro gods.
the Hyperion finally goes down. Prometheus will soon fall as well.
Yeah.
Could have been played a lot better.
Yeah, and the Overmind, the low Overmind survives as well. I don't think that'll see any more action this game, but it does fall.
They're both leveled up now. I mean, it's a shame the Retributor didn't survive because that would have been leveled up too. The Agamemnon has finished. I have Darkness being built for Shimbalama, but he doesn't exactly have as much income to support it. I guess the Agamemnon has better anti-air than Leonidas.
That's
so,
true.
You know, it does AoE damage, so...
Maybe some more anti-air would be good just to support the Agamemnon in this position. So should trade out fairly well. You don't want to get run down.
So he's putting a Dreadnought behind that.
Supporting Dreadnoughts.
He's building a Juggernaut, but he's not actually boosting it, so that's not draining a lot of resources. I don't know if the Juggernaut could just kill everything here. It may be able to.
You can't 1v everything. No way.
Maybe it can though.
No, I don't think so. I guess it's double Kronos, isn't it? It's maybe.
I mean, the Athenas will get deleted by the rockets. The air units won't do a lot because they're mainly Hades. Double Kronos, so he may be able to just kill everything. The arty posts won't do much. Oh, meanwhile, I wonder what's happened here. It seems to be pretty passive, I suppose.
Yeah, it's averagely stagnant. I mean, Chronopolize's defenses just haven't been pushed through yet, so whatever.
I feel like this is perhaps too passive because even if he just hit and runs, Juggernauts they do regen.
Once you've got a Juggernaut, it's just like that should be that's a timing attack if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, because his opponent's getting his own Juggernaut, but he has a long time before that happens.
Maybe it's because Shimbalama is starting to push back territory, so Chronopolize is scared of just trading evenly against Bradley and then losing to Shimbalama. Because it just adds a whole nother facet to the strategy, because it's just like, okay, I go for this engagement, I could win, but then there's another player involved, so it makes it harder.
Okay, he's getting all his shield back gradually. Look at his caregivers, especially with the regenerator upgrade. So double Overmind, he's going to be pushing into this base, which is perhaps a little undefended. May want to send one of these dreadnoughts, perhaps both of them, because he's got his entire army in the middle.
Yeah, it's not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what this Kronos is doing. Testing the waters, I guess, but it's a little odd. Maybe trying to bait in Bradley's air unit so the Furies can go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might actually be what it was doing there, just trying to snipe some air units down. I like that, I dig.
I think he can just kill him here. He's got 3 dreadnoughts, a Juggernaut, a lot of hero cruisers mixed in.
Yeah, that was a really smart
Yeah,
play.
the air units are being picked
Oh, the
off.
Furies though. There's the Furies. Okay, nice. Yeah, well, they're just gonna pass down the strap bombers. That's such a good play. It's the second time Chronopolize has pulled a bait and switch, I guess, on Bradley. Like, hey, look, a dreadnought you can take out, and it's just snipe down all of Bradley's units. That was, because it's much better, obviously, to take the engagement like one half at a time. Like, take out all the air units and then take out all the ground units, rather than fight everything combined.
He's pulling back. He's waiting for his Juggernaut, but he's pretty far off.
Yeah, it's a long way.
He doesn't have an income to support it. Agamemnon now opening up. That being said, the Eye of Darkness is also being built, and that one, I mean, that's
Yeah,
2/3 done.
hard-boosted.
So that's a real problem for both of these players, and that's definitely going to be able to duel this Agamemnon. It's not very good versus other Juggernauts, but it is good versus these low tier armies. And even though there are multiple dreadnoughts, they're not exactly the dreadnoughts that he wants in this situation.
Yeah, look, man, it's just mowing down everything. It's mowing down everything.
Yeah, here comes the army.
Here's
This is
the
going to
army.
be bloody. The Athenas, I mean, they do good damage, but the splash damage is so much, and there's multiple dreadnoughts of Chrono as well. Will we see any nuke abilities or any orbital abilities of any kind?
So there's a lot of jamming going on here, even if it's just the orbital jamming.
One of the dreadnoughts
Ability.
falls. The Chronos, the Agamemnon's taken a lot of damage, but it's just so beefy. The Hades will not be contributing much. The AOE damage, and the Agamemnon's just wrecking face. He's just murdering everything. Strap Bomber's trying to do some work. They may take out the support cruisers, but that's only a small part of Chrono's army.
It's so smart from Chronopolize waiting to take this engagement until all these dreadnoughts were here, because they're pretty much going to get level 5. All these dreadnoughts are going to get a free level 5 from this engagement. That's so cool.
Down goes the Chronos. Agamemnon's only halfway done, so I don't know why Bradley committed to that fight rather than trying to buy time for it.
It's not getting boosted either.
Well, that's going to be Bradley out of the game. But
Pretty much.
if he pushes too deep, we could see the Overmind army.
Oh, these medics are going to get intercepted. Look how many medics
Oh,
there are.
wow.
That's brutal.
Yeah, that's
It's a medic versus caregiver engagement, but that's not great.
That's
They're all going to pull
exactly-
back, but that's a lot of medics. Okay. So yeah, like, this is a great engagement, but there's got to be follow-up. So I think that Chronopolize's play is to, like, really demolish Bradley here. Like, all this forward production, all the artillery posts, just get rid of all of it, and then pull back to deal with Shimbalama. That should be the play. Like, take out this... Yeah, it gets cancelled. Yeah.
Do Jugs get levels? Yes, Juggernauts get automatic... Whenever they level up, they automatically get plus 5% health and damage. So they do scale. And it's limitless. They can upgrade multiple times, like limitless times, unlike the Dreadnoughts, which are capped. So they really are the ultimate late game unit in that they just keep leveling up. And the levels are quite high. But, a leveled up
experience requirement
Juggernaut
is higher.
Yeah,
per
that's
level,
what I meant, yeah. But, level 5 Agamemnon versus a level 0, level 1. I'm pretty sure the Eye still wins that.
Yeah, it's dedicated, so...
And there are, there are support Dreadnoughts, but the Eye does splash damage, so he doesn't care about your Dreadnoughts. The Eye is such a powerful unit. To counter it, you need... Oh no, another Agamemnon! Bro, that should have been a Leonidas!
That's not Leonidas!
The Leonidas can duel the Eye pretty easily.
I'm not sure that Shimbalama even scouted it. Like, Chronopolize even scouted it. This is the kind of game where you should just be like flying flocks of pans over your opponent's base to like work out what their composition is, because the fact that's not a Leonidas is such a huge deal.
Yeah, that's a really big deal. And
I feel like the left engagement should be taken before the right engagement. This is not good for Chronopolize. This is a bad engagement.
no.
You shouldn't take this.
I don't know if he realizes it. Okay, he sees the Eye there. He's opened up on the Agamemnon.
That's too late.
There's even an Overmind. There's several Eradicators as well. This Eye is just wrecking face now. The Agamemnon going down. The Dreadnoughts are within range. The splash damage hitting them as well. The Eye's actually taking a little bit of damage too, but it still has plenty left. Down goes 2 Dreadnoughts. The Agamemnon's about to fall here, as is the Prometheus. Chronopolize. Oh no, now it's the second Agamemnon, but too late. Juicy targets for the Eye, which is now level 5.
It wasn't even focusing down the Eradicators, so all the Eradicators are still alive. The Eye is still alive. The Overminds are still alive.
He's trying to disengage, but it's going to be too late here. He lost his chance. The Hyperion's taking out some cruisers, but oh, that's so bad. If that was a Leonidas, he would have been okay. I mean, he took about the shields halfway down, 40,000 shields out of 80,000. So, yeah, he did some damage, but oh man. So the Agamemnon does splash damage. It's rapid firing weaponry. It's really good versus groups of units. It's even pretty decent versus Dreadnoughts. It has good anti-air, but it is not good versus the Eye of Darkness. The Eye of Darkness has one job, and it is to kill high-tier units. So, I mean, it has given time for Bradley to build another Agamemnon. No! But I don't think he realizes the Eye is on the field. He wouldn't have vision.
No, he wouldn't have vision, yeah.
So, you can't blame him, but another Agamemnon.
No! Make it stop, Chronopolize. There are other units. The humanity.
The Agamemnon looked huge until the Eye appeared. Yeah, that is so true. Now the Eye, it is getting its shields back. generator there helps and does have passive regen anyway. But the blue one actually can disable weapon, I believe. That's one of the upgrades there on the Overmind.
Man, that was brutal.
If it was
it's just the worst possible timing for the eye to appear.
Yeah.
It's like Chronopolize is like, oh yeah, I have a good engagement here, and it's like, oh, there's an eye of darkness.
it's the brutality of free for all. Now, if both of the Agamemnons were firing at the eye at the same time and they weren't being both hit by the splash damage, he may have actually won that. But they were sent in one at a time.
Not with so many Eradicators there, at least. So
okay, looks like we missed something here. Look at the Quanta income for Shimbalama. It sure seems lacking. He must have lost some of his Quantum Archives. Oh no, it's because he's building a Juggernaut. No, never mind. Sorry.
Right. Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
Another Eye of Darkness already done.
Yeah.
Did they use the EMP in that fight? It wouldn't have helped. The EMP does 2,000 damage in an area, so it's really good versus cruisers and frigates, but against high tier units, this is pretty pointless. Man, there's just so many Eradicators even.
Kills artillery, man. If Chronopolize played that right, he could have taken out all the Eradicators, I think, but like the eye still would have survived.
Now he's building a Leonidas.
Way too late. Oh no.
Oh, he almost one-shot that. The Dread launch.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be one Eye of Darkness for each player. This one's for Bradley, this one's for Chrono.
And there's a third just in case one coming up as well, so.
Well,
you know the best way to harass your opponent's extractors?
With
Eye of Darkness.
Yeah.
Look at it, just one-shots all of them. It's great. Have a good time.
Remember to post replay in Discord. Yeah, we'll do. Well, that was Bright Explosion. Well,
this eye's just gonna end it. Just gonna straight for the kill.
Yeah.
Zappy time. All right, so Chronopolize is gonna lose.
No, what are you doing, Bradley? Don't attack Chrono.
No.
He is not your enemy right now.
That's the worst part of the free for all, when like one player's like crazy far ahead and the other player's still attacking you. It's like no. You gotta focus the player that's the furthest ahead. And look, Bradley has the Trinium point back, but I don't think it's gonna matter. There's a second eye collapsing in the middle of the map, so it's just gonna end things.
I love this. There's so many harvesters there as well. Shimbalama has a lot of income.
I think there are no triple rads near the base. I guess there's maybe not. Maybe they're all doubles or singles.
Yeah, the only triple.
Yeah, the only triple. So a triple in the top corner, right at the top. Is that triple? No, it's double as well. Okay, cool. That's good. It's one of those harvesters in the point that has the most resource.
So a lot of air units may work. It's not built in Leonidas, but won't get it in time because the eye has no air attack at all. So that's a weakness of it, because it is such a powerhouse on the ground that if you get a bunch of air units, you can kill it. I mean, it's a bit harder for the PHC because they don't have like the equivalent of the air harbinger, but they don't need it because they have the Leonidas, which does counter it. Yeah, trying to use the orbitals.
Yeah, and misplaced their carving turret as well. Like, should have used that in a better position. That's just gonna be game.
So basically, for PHC, you use Leonidas. For Substrate, in a Substrate mirror, you would just use a lot of air units, a lot of harbingers in particular because of the armor penetration. Well, that's Chrono down. Now it's Bradley remains, but he will not remain for much longer.
Did he change into a... Wow, he can dodge that. That can be dodged. Dodge!
Oh,
the Eradicators are pathing in.
He's still trying to build a Leonidas. I think the Agamemnon was paused. Yeah, that'll take out all the support cruisers, but the eye is looking good.
No, this army can take the eye.
There was no anti-air now, so now he actually may be able to just engulf on it. Strap bombers, Hades. I mean, they're not ideal, but they'll get the job done.
Oh wait, that turns into Trinium point, doesn't it? Bradley's Chronopolize space.
Yeah, it does.
So wow, yeah, that's OP because now that like Shimbalama's taking him out, he can actually hold a Trinium point and stall it. There's no way for Bradley to even win on Trinium.
He should not attack this with the cruisers. Well, he's just pulling back into these starbursts, so that's nice. I like that.
Yeah,
covers the weakness of the lack of anti-air on the drone on the Eye of Darkness.
Yeah, Shimbalama doesn't have to win now.
Causing a drone swarm anyway.
Spider's time. Yeah, this army's going to finish pushing and take the tritium point.
Or you can just flank his base anyway.
Yeah, that'll also just end it. So, does Bradley have a plan? Does he have anything that can take out like Shimbalama's base? That's what I want to know. Like,
he has a lot of quanta, but there's a lot of jamming, a lot of anti-air all over his base.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no Nexus upgrades, but those are an option.
You should always get even the base Nexus upgrades, just save you from a lot of cheesy stuff. So
yeah, it's 500 quanta, but in this late game, it's not really that much. But the fact they're all putting Juggernauts does limit their quanta a little bit.
So anything inside the base from Bradley? Is he just building these jugs like that's pretty
yeah,
much it?
trying to get them out.
Okay.
I mean, the Agamemnon's almost done, but really, again, this Leonidas should be prioritized.
Yeah.
But the fact that there's 3 Eye of Darknesses, it won't even matter at this stage if they get Leonidas.
Yeah. Looks like Shimbalama's now deciding to go for the kill. He's so indecisive with that bottom army as to what it's doing. Another Eye as well.
Yeah.
Just like you know you're in a good spot when you're infinite queuing Eye of Darkness.
A lot of Eradicators too, so they're also good versus the Leonidas.
Should pull some of the. Oh no, he fixed the economy now. That's alright. So they should pull some of the constructors, but it's alright. It's pretty much short. I think did pull the constructors actually. So yeah, there's a constructor pull.
Is he looking to just build more quantum archives? He has a lot of rads, so that's.
We weren't even doing anything like to the Eye because it was just really inefficiently being built. So
what is it? What are these? Are these caregivers? I think that they're caregivers. So that'll help
the
regen.
Middle Eye, the middle Eye took a lot of shield damage, so that kind of makes sense. I say a lot, not really. So
this one's still taking healing as well. I think he's looking to go triple Eye of Darkness in, and it's going to be a decent Juggernaut fight. Leonidas and an Agamemnon, and still all of this air units there as well.
The Eye should just take it, but
wait, Bradley took this with.
Oh, PogChamp.
How does Bradley have this? Look,
Bradley's a god. Never second guess Bradley.
He also has a lot of income now because he's taking up the top right.
Yeah,
he's taking double Trinium, which gives him 20% extra income. So
he's actually well ahead in income.
He's doing okay, but he won't if Triple I rolls into his base.
Yeah, he won't be going.
No, pull back! Don't engage this.
Don't engage!
Not
engage! Run away! Run away!
The one Juggernaut's done, but it isn't the one that he wants.
Don't give the Eye veterancy.
Yeah, these cruisers will just get murdered. The splash damage is significant.
Yeah.
And they clump up when they're going to engage, so...
Maybe this is a strat. Maybe he gets one eye really low and the leader eye just, like, demolishes it, but... Yeah, okay, this is triple I. Bradley just GG here. Like,
I have never seen this many Juggernauts in an actual game. See, he loses about half of his army. Jeez.
Okay, I really hope this Leonidas finishes. It's so close.
Yeah, it's about to.
Okay.
He needs to boost this.
He needs to boost it. Like get
spawn
engineers in, like to boost
build.
it out. It has to rush build everything. Everything has to be pulled onto it.
Because the Dread Launch will die in one shot.
One burst. Or 2 shots. It takes 2 shots to kill it.
But all the weapon upgrades and all of the...
Oh, you reckon that'll be enough now?
Oh, no, he won't finish it.
He's going to finish it. He's going to finish it.
Come on, Bradley.
Come on.
Yeah, I got 1 shot. Look at his flow. He should have used his orbitals, but I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. Obviously.
Yeah, okay, yeah. But I just wanted to see it come out.
Yeah, same. I wanted to see it fight. The thing is also with the Leonidas is when it spawned, it wouldn't have been facing the right direction.
Yeah.
So by the time it actually rotates, it would have hit like half health from those eyes. Or is that one out? I mean, that was a crazy game. Shimbalama. I mean, if his opponent actually built the right Juggernauts. Like, the first Agamemnon was fantastic, because that just wrecked face. But the second one
was a mistake.
If that was the Leonidas, then we would have had a good time. So, that was how long was that game? It was over an hour.
Yeah. Really? What?
Well, I don't think that timer is like real life minutes, but it would have been a long game. Economy looks like Shimbalama had the most quanta, certainly the most metal income as well. So, I guess because he had the Tyrannium for most of the time. So that's not a surprise. And yeah, I don't know what more we can say. That was just a free-for-all that went to the late game.
Yeah, that happened. That happened.
All right, well, thanks for watching. That's going to wrap up the stream. We've been streaming for 3.5 hours now.
Not bad.
Did several shoutcasts of the tournament. Did a free-for-all to end this one. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you want to keep up with all the Ashes content and announcements, then do subscribe to the channel. My name is Callum McCall. I am the lead designer for Ashes. It's always an honor and a privilege to cast these tournaments and see all these changes, all these maps being displayed at a high level.
My name is Blake Escott, RTS fanboy and shoutcaster. Pleasure to be on the Stardock channel doing some shoutcasts. I've had a fun tournament. That was good. Thank you for joining us.
Good night.